under threat in close quarters by the Ivory Coast.
As I was saying about Kai Kamara, he's actually in Seattle at the moment. If you follow him on Twitter, he's very active on social media. He's in Seattle at the moment. It would have been fantastic for him to at least be a part of the team for the last two Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. Even though they're out, just having that captain presence there would have been helpful. But good luck to him with his MLS season for next year. And hopefully he's back for the qualifiers, for not just the 2017, but also for the World Cup qualifiers as well too.
So a free kick situation here. Hit hard by Simbo. And charging out of the goal now. Savant Buo comes out. Makes the play on the ball. Into the box already. Quick action and a chance for the Ivory Coast to add a second with no whistle yet. Pulled back. Kalou can't get the shot off. Mohamed Kamara comes away with it. Once again, the Ivory Coast have a scoring chance in the race.
Ivory Coast is carving up the Sierra Leonean back line, but Solomon Kalou there looked a little, for lack of a better term, lazy, because that's the ball you check for, not wait for the ball to get to you as a forward. Great pass and great idea, great combination between Latina Traore, Gervinho, but the final product on Kalou's part was him. He had to check for that ball. He could have done a lot better than that.
So brings play to a halt. Sierra Leone will go to DR Congo to close out their African Cup of Nations qualifying. Play it back. Cardell comes up to pressure, as does Kalou. Out to the wing for Hassan. Turned over. Gervinho, the Roma winger, out on the left-hand side.
We've seen this a lot at AS Roma and Arsenal.
Isolated the defender, Mbuya, still under heavy pressure from Gervinho, and this one is put out of play on the far side. No, actually kept in. So the Elephants will continue their possession here as this is played all the way back.
The pitch looks a little bit heavy.
Attempted cross there by Gradel is met by the defender. A second cross.
Better cross!
Ooh, right to the back post. Latina Traore could not angle it down, but you can see the height advantage he possesses at the far post.
Latina Traore definitely needs matches. You can tell he hasn't played a lot. He hit the post. Goalkeeper Morris should be thankful of the bars and saving it, but Traore should have knotted that down. That should have been 2-0 for Ivory Coast.
Traore, 24 years of age. And it's not an optical illusion. He is actually taller, in fact, way taller than anyone else on the pitch, 6'8".
Yeah. Easily a small forward in basketball.
And the guy's got some hops, too.
He's got some hops, but he should have knotted that down because that was great hops. And I think it's beginning to make perfect sense now why they're playing a 4-2-3-1, because it has Gradel and Gervinho on the wings, and then Traore in the middle, cross the ball, send the ball in, let him use his size to be able to power the ball. But on that note, on that particular play, he didn't finish up.
Mustafa with the turnover, charging toward the net. That one got a little bit too far out in front of him, though. Still, Sierra Leone continue to hold the possession. John Kamara lays it off. Mohamed tries to get it back. Suma gets it out wide. Mbuya. Sierra Leone trying to be patient here. Trying to make their way through the Ivory Coast defense. Chunk to say side. Trying to get a win here. 3 points. Play spoiler. They could really do some damage to the Ivory Coast. Simply by drawing today.
Great ball movement there, though, by the Sierra Leoneans. And great clearance there by Garasuba.
Vieira, the defender. Dumbuya gets it back in. Traore gets it a touch. Gervinho goes to collect, but it's intercepted, brought down by Sierra Leone, and then Gervinho goes back and gets it again. Quick break for the Ivory Coast. Traore out on the right-hand side. He's used Gervinho asking for it back. He gets it back. Loses it, though, in tight quarters. Unable to control the ball on the first touch. Traore, though, fights for the ball, takes it away from the defender. Into the 18-yard box once again, trying to set it up. Out of play. I believe it was Kalou, the man to take the shot, and it was for the Ivory Coast. Here's another look.
Right idea by... But what the question is, what was the Sierra Leone defender thinking? That was an easy clearance. You clear the ball, save your team some time, and then be able to recover. Look, that loss of the ball, Kalou connects right there. That's 2-0. Poor defending by the Sierra Leoneans. They just pour all over the back.
Gradel sizing up another corner kick from the near side as we approach the 20-minute mark here in the first half. Ivory Coast looking for two. Far post. This is over everyone. Out of play on the far side. So now one-way traffic, although Ivory Coast looked by far the more threatening of the two sides. Sierra Leone are patient in offense, but can't seem to break down that defense of the Ivory Coast just yet.
Ivory Coast has a lot at stake right now. Sierra Leone, they're just playing for the sake of playing. Ivory Coast knows it's very important for them right now to come second in the group because only one team will, regardless of how many teams are fighting for the third best spot, only one of them is going to advance eventually.
We invite you to check us out online, beInSports.tv, where you can find us. Beautiful cross there.
Serge Aurier.
Serge Aurier puts it into the dangerous part of the box.
If that had gone in, would he have called out a cross?
No. Of course, you get lucky like that, any forward didn't say it was a shot. You find me a forward that accidentally scores to say he didn't mean it?
None. I haven't seen one yet.
That was out of play.
Should be a throw.
I believe that's the complaint. Mayal Hassan.
Yeah. Just came right off that of the corner flag.
Let's go!
Aurier.
On loan at Paris Saint-Germain. Having a good time there, too, you can tell.
He's begun to become more involved. PSG, by the way, yet to lose a match since preseason. Really. Serge Aurier, who really got everyone's attention at the World Cup, including Paris Saint-Germain, where he ended up.
I'm sure PSG had noticed him before the World Cup.
I'm sure a lot of people,
especially because of his time at Montpellier. But he was a joy to watch at the World Cup. Though unfortunately, they didn't advance out of the group stage. But he was one of the bright lights for the Ivorians.
If nothing else, the World Cup does tend to put a price tag on folks.
Oh, it does. It sometimes puts a higher price tag.
Just ask any of the 8 to 10 world-class goalkeepers that have new homes. As this one is hit away from the goal mouth.
I'd say a lot of the goalkeepers that moved during the World Cup, their transfer fees were warranted. Just that, if you've noticed, most of them are not starting for the new clubs that they went. Yeah. Ospina from Colombia is not starting at Arsenal. Keylor Navas is not starting at Real Madrid.
No, they just sort of, it gives you a value.
Guillermo Ochoa is not either at Mallorca. So, I know there are a couple of others, but those are the three that just come to mind right now. Quick pass.
Nice ball behind the defense, although the offside is given by the sideline official. Have to see that one again. Looked like Lou held his run.
Ivory Coast is trying to avoid being one of the teams fighting for that third place, because in that group of teams fighting for that third place, Egypt, former champions, Mozambique, Nigeria, those are the three big ones, including Angola and Uganda. Uganda's playing Ghana tomorrow, so that's another key game. So it's going to be very, very important to make sure that at least you come second in your group, because coming first is almost impossible right now, because Cameroon has that
playing so well.
They have that position, solidified. Cameroon knows that a win over DR Congo puts them at least a par, if not two, in the Nations Cup itself.
Oh, loose in the area!
Fantastic goal!
And Sierra Leone springs a trap. Mustafa slams it past Buell and puts Sierra Leone on the scoreboard. Check this one out.
Great pass there by Mustafa Kamara. Great chest ball there by Mustafa Bangura. Al-Hassan Kamara back to Bangura. Fantastic one touch. Schoolyard football here. How many touches? 1, 2, 3. Boom!
On the ball.
1-1 in Abidjan. We talked about this Ivorian back line. It's beginning to show that this is their Achilles heel. Conceding a goal out of nothing to a Sierra Leone team that has nothing at stake just goes to show you that Heavy Renard has serious issues with that back line. Even though he's brought in the old warhorse, Kolo Touré, still hasn't helped. 1-1 in Abidjan right now.
The Sierra Leone players got the heart. We'll give them that. You mentioned not much to play for. Pretty much just pride right now. Don't even get a chance to play at home, so they're going to relish in this one. This one is a home goal, but at the field of the team you're playing against, and it's the Ivory Coast. 1-1 right now. See if they can hold on to it. Heavy pressure already. Gardel sizing up a cross. Good defense, though. It goes back out of play. Don Kamara, the last one to get a touch to it. Gradel going into the box. Serge Aurier inbound. Gradel gives it back to Aurier. Aurier looking for space. Gives it back to Gradel. Ivory Coast now lurking just outside this 18-yard box. The ball into the 6-yard box. Cleaned up in the end by David Simbo. So another corner kick coming now for the Elephants. The fourth, by the way, already. All it took was a moment for Sierra Leone to score. This one ends up with Traore. Back inside. This is going to go harmlessly out of play on the near side of the pitch. So the Ivory Coast coming in with chance after chance, corner after corner. They've only gotten one thus far. They could probably have 2 or 3 at this point. And Sierra Leone, they got a lucky bounce, a volley, and a hell of a goal.
I mean, it was a goal out of nothing, but it was just a couple of touches, and the Ivorian back line were caught flat-footed. The Arasuba was just, I mean, it just goes to show he's not up to that level quite yet. Because both center backs have to be not just able and agile, but they have to be, at that level where you can take care of anything that's coming your way. So this is a great chest pass and a great return pass from Alassane Camara to Bangura, and next you know the ball's in the back of the net.
So with that one play where Sierra Leone scored, would that typify exactly what the problem is right now for Ivory Coast? I mean, you mentioned it right now. You've got Kolo, so you've got half the defense, and then, they've seemingly found the weakness, Sierra Leone. They found Vieira just sitting there.
Yeah.
And that's who they took advantage of.
Yeah, pretty much. And I think the reality is Heavy Renard probably needs to move Kolo Touré to Alassane Camara to make sure at least he takes him out, because if that was Kolo Touré, that ball's not getting to Bangura.
There's the Ivory Coast crowd. They got the drums out. They got the maracas going. They're having a good time.
You still have to have a good time regardless of what the scoreline is. It's an activity, it's an event. If there's one thing African football and South American football have in common, it's that making it an event.
It's a party.
It's a party.
It's always a party.
It's not always all about football, because it's about life. It's about celebration. As you can tell with those fans up there at the top of your screen, dancing and waving.
Here, Leone clear the ball up the pitch. By the way, the conditions, if you haven't noticed, some of the players drenched in sweat. It's about 80 to 90 degrees out there. Very humid. There's a bit of a breeze, but I guarantee you they're not feeling it on the pitch right now. Toure, the last to get a touch on that one. Long ball over the top. Hassan Kamara can't chase it down. Long ball for Éliminatoires. Shoulder to shoulder there. Good song from Morris, who came out of the box. Walking around very gingerly now. He's a big dude. Here we go. Here's another look. He went shoulder to shoulder with him now.
There was nothing in it, but that was pretty risky from the goalkeeper, because if Traore got to the ball before him, he was already out of his box. Solomon Morris needs to be cautious.
Almost a bad giveaway there. It is a bad giveaway. In fact, Gervinho on the ball. Gets into the 18-yard box, looking to set up his teammates, and a bad first touch. And the chance is gone for the Ivory Coast.
The Ivorians are just having poor touches in the box. Even the goal from Kolo Toure was a poor touch. Just that the Carolinian defense wasn't able to react quicker.
There are your goal scorers. We reached the 30-minute mark. Stolen away. Javier gets it out wide. Guinée